one there. There's 3 over there. There's 1 right there. There's a bunch right over there. How many American flags did you bring?
4.
That's still less than what we've got.
Susan, why do you think all these people surrounded you?
Five department proposed first.
I have no idea who we're talking about. You have no idea? I have no idea.
Mind the shit.
Thank you so much, Michelle. Once again, Michelle Chai from the Rev Comm Corps for the Emancipation of Humanity. Okay, we're going to have two more speakers here to close out this rally. And I want to say just how important it is. People have spoken to this. You know this. But I want you to realize what you've done here today is something that means something for people across this country and around the world. You've done something that is taking a step forward. It is taking a step forward for how we become millions that drive this regime from power. And that do that before it is too late. And that is why our demand, which I will chant with you again before our next speaker, is Trump must go now. Trump must go now. Trump must go
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome to Oligarchy News. Coming in a little hot here. I had a whole introduction I was going to do. This is my first stream ever. I'll get into a little bit more about Oligarchy News, what I'm doing, what I'm going to be doing with this channel in the future. But right now, there's a lot of people screaming on this one channel. I would kind of... Yeah, I just want to kind of take a listen to what's going on here.
I'm going Come on, guys. Come on.
Trump must do check and shut this up.
Okay, sorry about that. It took me a second to get my mic back on even. Like I said, this is the first time I'm doing this, so kind of that little thing that just kind of caught me off guard. I heard people screaming, yelling. I didn't even get it up quick in time for you guys to hear it all. It was really like I thought someone was going down. It sounded like a group. But yeah, it just looked like that lady there I seen earlier where she was going around the Trump flag and everything, and apparently there was someone with her, and they just kind of got escorted on out of there from the looks of it. So, anyways, welcome to Oligarchy News. Let me get the other speaker down here a little bit so I can talk for a little while and tell you a little bit about what I'm doing here and what this is about. First of all, welcome to Oligarchy News. This is a brand new channel that I decided to start up. Just been watching everything in the news and everything that's happening, and it's kind of scary. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm a historian, and I've been not only learning and researching and teaching, all those kinds of things wrapped up together. And I wasn't really going to start this way, but the No King slogan really caught my attention, and I just decided, you know what? I may not have everything in place. I may not have everything exactly how I want it, but I have it to a point that I can do this. So I wanted to get it going today, especially with what's happening across the country, which is just absolutely amazing. I've actually been here for about 3 to 4 hours beforehand, just watching everything, what's going on. Making sure I'm gonna be able to use these streams and stuff to replay them, and get the news and the information out there. And I'll get into who the streamers are on a little bit here. But again, like I was saying, I'm a historian. Um, just watching what's happening out there, I kind of felt really kind of compelled to start talking about it a little bit more, because we are seeing such a shift in wealth right now. Let's forget about Humpty Dumpty's big beautiful bad bill. That shift of wealth in that framework, that would be incredible in itself, but it's already happening. Recently, the up and down of the charts, there was a story out there at that time about Marjorie Taylor Greene just happened to sell everything before everything went to hell, and then bought up like crazy when it was all down and it went back up. That's a shift in wealth. It may not sound like a lot, and I'll be straight with you, I've not seen where that story is entirely true, but it's very plausible. What's going on with this Bitcoin stuff and Trump's meme coin. He's made millions, hundreds of millions of dollars off just transactions dealing with this meme coin that literally has absolutely zero value. You can't buy anything with it, can't pay your rent, can't pay your mortgage, can't pay your car payment, can't buy food. You can't do anything with it. It's just air. There's nothing there. But yet, a lot of his people bought into it because it's Trump. And there's a lot of people out there who lost a lot of money because of it. And they're going to continue to lose money with it because it's a tool for them to use to enrich themselves. And again, that's another example of transfer of wealth. He's taken it from his own people and put it in his own pocket. I'm kind of rambling a little bit there, to get ahead of myself. Today is a big day, with what's going on. I decided I'm going to go live and see how we flow here. I do have chat open. I am glancing over. Hoping I get some visitors. I don't know if, my first day here, how it's going to go or anything like that. But like I said, I just wanted to give it a start and see what I can do with it. And when I seen what was going on with the Neo Kings, and obviously what's happened last week with the immigration protests going on across the country and the way they've exploded, it's a very positive thing to see, but at the same time, it's kind of repeat of history. Where we go from here is going to be dependent upon us. And it can go one of a few different ways. Throughout the history of the United States, we actually have had oligarchs in the past. That's where a bit of my profession comes into play, in a sense that, I've done a lot of research in the early 1900s, pre-World War II, going back into the Gilded Age. And I know that might be boring for some years, but if you keep listening, it'll start making more sense to you. And, when we look at that time frame, the 1930s leading into 1940s was Hitler. But how did we get there? How did that transition? And there's so many variables that happened throughout time that created that situation. But one of them was a concentration of wealth, and not necessarily in Germany, Europe, or even US, but worldwide, to where, the common people, it wasn't just in Germany where they suffered through a major depression after World War I and leading into World War II. That was a worldwide phenomenon that had occurred. And again, there's many variables for World War II, many reasons why. You talk to different historians, you're going to get a different answer from each one of them, and they're going to have a great argument and all the historical documentation to back up their argument, and they're going to be correct. It's based on information they have. That's the interesting about history is, in some ways it's not what do you want it to be, but how do you interpret the facts of those past to interpret them into a well synthesized hypothesis and or not prophecy. Okay, I can't think of the word. Anyway, I'm getting way ahead of myself on things. Those are some things I want to go into. I ain't gonna teach you history, but how they tie into today and what's happening with today, and how these little shifts, what's going on today started actually in the 70s. It was perpetuated again in I think it was 2008. And what I mean by when it started in the 70s is we look at the past, the Gilded Age led up to the 20s crash, better known as the Depression. The post World War I, obviously, there's a lot of factors into it, but I'm giving an interpretation to where when that money gets bottlenecked into, basically the wealthiest people in the country controlling most of the wealth, which is where we're at right now, that's when problems exist. That's when problems occur, and they become underlying issues within the social structure of society. Anyways, again, I'm kind of rambling a little bit, but in today's perspective, the 1970s is about when it started, and 71 there was a thing called Powell Act that, it gave companies and corporations more ability to exert more political influence. And of course, some of you may have heard the 2010 Citizens United Act, which is Supreme Court, removed any type of controls really on them. A lot of dark money. You hear the term dark money today in these PAC organizations and different things of that nature. The basis of it is that we didn't get to where we are today with a nation in protest, saying we don't want any kings, no kings in our country, began nearly 50 years ago. And over time it's evolved. And it's needed a person like Donald Trump, to do it, because there wasn't another Republican that could or even Democrat or any other political figure that could have achieved that. He could, because he had that attitude, and he riled up a nation enough and used enough lies, basically, because that's part of it all. Anyways, as we go forward, those are some of the things I'm going to be talking about, and I'm going to tie them in. There's so much news out there, man. It's crazy what's going on. We all talk in here about Musk getting big time SpaceX contracts from the government, but he ain't the only one, and it isn't just the contracts they're getting, but the strategic nature in which they're being implemented in positions and in places where the private sector company will actually end up owning a very diverse and important piece of our government, our security, our transportation, meaning the airline stuff that they've been talking about lately, replacing the system. It is old. They need to be replaced. But they're talking about going with one company. It happens to be one of Trump's buddies. So not only is he going to be making, hundreds of millions from it and basically getting it because he's Trump's buddy, it's also going to be in a position of having that kind of control. It's like some of the things that SpaceX wants to do with NASA, to the point where NASA can't function without SpaceX. This is the embedding of the wealthy into the government in a way that we can't live without them anymore. I know that sounds strange, but that's the drive of it, to be able to soak off the money from the government itself, because the government's going to always be the richest entity in the country because of all of us and the taxes we pay. It's how do they use it and what do they use it for. So those are things again that, I want to get more into, but coming back today, I seen everything going on. I just thought, what the hell, I've never done this before, never thought about doing anything like this, and I thought, let's go. I knew some streamers online that are really, really cool. They're allowing me to use their streams for this. In the top left, that's news to share. This guy is really big. You might want to go over to his page and subscribe. Also, to get a membership, help him out. He travels all over the country and does this all over the place. So he's one that I'd really like pushing. Right now he's in DC. That stream is actually in DC. The other stream in the bottom is an overview of LA right now and the march that's occurring there. And the two on the right are also in LA. They're choppy because I think there's just so many people out there. And they're all streaming. They're all using the internet. So, kind of keep an eye on it that way as to how it's going. I do have other streams that I'm watching. No. Wow, that's kind of weird. That caught me off guard for me. I thought the guy was a Proud Boy, and I was like, oh shit, here we go. Those guys are kind of pretty much, the lowest IQ people I've met are Proud Boys. It's just really strange. So, if you can't tell, I'm nervous. I'm talking a lot. Because especially, I don't even think anyone's watching the stream, but that's okay. You gotta start somewhere. And, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get things going and just have it, just get things going on it. So, getting back to today. It's been awesome. I've been watching streams all day. I wish I could put more up here, but for copyright stuff, I don't want to push it too far. But there are people.
That church is literally using the trademark that they took. I
had
seen actually that when that happened.
Oh, okay, that's right. The church took the trademark of the Proud Boys. But what the hell? Oh, wow, that guy's got a sign of the Confederate flag and Trump next to it. Good one. It's been amazing today, just watching all these videos and seeing people everywhere out there protesting in every city, finding them in small little towns even. People protesting there, not a lot, but, there's people out everywhere, and ones that are going by honking their horns, completely non-violent. You got the police, they're not like in, a place like Florida where you got the sheriff saying, well, we'll kill you. The police just work with the protesters, they're there to protect their First Amendment rights as well. So, it's been pretty cool today watching it. Right from the morning, there was a protest, I believe it was in Connecticut. Like 8 o'clock in the morning. They were done by 10:30. I don't know what that was, but, that's how they did it. So, it was pretty cool. Just, kind of watching them all, and I said, screw it, I'm going to put up, let's go. And check out the rallies and what's going on out there. So with that said, I am going to, I'm going to turn up one of the players on here for a little bit. And I'm going to go and I'm going to be looking for some more streams just to see what I can find out there. And bring you some different views from some different areas. So I'm going to go quiet for a few minutes and let one of the streams play, and I'll be right back.
I'm going to cut the live feed here. My understanding is that this group is basically going to march back to Logan Circle, so away from the nexus of where stuff is actually happening, in order to disperse there. So the goal for them has basically been kind of like completed. So I'm going to cut the live feed here, but I'm sure there's going to be additional action here in Washington, D.C. My understanding is the parade is more in the evening, of course. And so I'm going to certainly be covering whatever else happens on the streets. We'll likely go ahead live. We'll have more HD footage on the way, all that good stuff. Like.
It started with a Joe Cohn line from Jimmy Kimmel that clearly struck a nerve, but instead of brushing it off, Marjorie Taylor Greene did what few expected. She escalated.
This afternoon, she wrote, "You weren't joking. You hide your Messiah."
Okay, and I'm back. Had to switch around a couple streams there. Some keep coming in and out, different points, different times. Just do our best to try to keep up with it. Streams looking at right now, two on the right are still out in LA. Looks like they're out front of the federal building now. And also up in the top left corner, that's actually Ann Arbor, Michigan. And they're protesting there. I'm not sure the direct location, but I do know it's in Ann Arbor. And like I said, pretty decent crowd there as well. Lower left, still LA. And I'm still looking around to see if there's anything else out there, to get into and take a look at. There's quite a few actually, but it's I gotta think about copyright and also just the clarity of them. A lot of them are really bad, like they're really not coming up well. But the thing I can say is that, they are definitely everywhere today. I've seen them, like I said, real small town type things, all the way over to, LA, DC, New York, Chicago, Austin, which Atlanta. There's just, that many that are actually happening today, that are going on all over the place. So, yeah, I'm just kind of scrolling through to see if I got anything new or anything kind of interesting happening, which, wow, quite the contingent of police out in LA. And I think I'm gonna move this one in over here, and because you got a nice overhead of LA, but this is kind of interesting here. Not sure what's going on yet. Yeah, a lot of police. A lot of police. Let me see if we got any source out of here.
Right now I can hear you guys.
I'm trying to get the sound to come up. No, it's not cooperating. But yeah, that's an awful lot of police right there. I'm not sure where this exactly is. It's somewhere in LA that I can say what's going on, but man, they are decked out. I mean, you got full riot gear. That's a real gun. That wasn't one of the ones that shoots rubber bullets. Okay, cameraman's having some fun. But that's a lot of cops out there. I'm not sure. I wish I could get the sound to work on, but it's not working. Let me see if I can find another one. Let's find something with some sound on it. Is that the DC parade? Wow. I think I'm going to bring this one up here. I'm going to leave this one on LA. And Ann Arbor is what Ann Arbor is. A lot of old people. Good crowd, I gotta say that. That's a decent sized crowd there. But I wanted to show you guys this one. Now, let me get it in there. Yeah, put that up in the right. So Ann Arbor should be switching over pretty quickly here. Again, I'm still learning how to work a lot of this stuff on here, so okay, there we go. This looks like City Hall, LA, and I think that's probably where that lady is. So if that's true, we got a couple different views going on here. Guys on the right, I'm not sure where the hell they're going. That's MD Media 18 is the center, kind of one that's spinning right now. Actually, we might lose him because it looks like he went in someplace. And the one on the right, his YouTube account is just under Danny, and he'll have the Oh God, stab movies. The ghost. He'll have that ghost face as an icon. Looks like he's heading across the bridge over to the main rally. But yeah, that looks like City Hall out in front of LA, and that's a lot of people. And I wish I could get the sound working here. Let me try this again.
I was able to kind of climb up and
Let's see here. Still working out. Still trying to get that to go.
chance we've heard is ICE out of LA, no deportations.
Nope,
but at
not
this
going to
point, they're
work
really
for me.
facing off with these CHP officers.
Really
I want to
sucks.
overemphasize, so far, it has been peaceful. We haven't seen people defacing any buildings. We
Let
haven't
me see
seen
what
any
I can
sort of
do
violence, any sort of altercations, at least where we are at here with the federal building. What we have seen, though, and this was about 10 minutes ago, and we were standing here right on the street there, right on Los Angeles. All of a sudden, we heard a really loud flashbang. We saw a bunch of smoke go into the sky. It seemed like from the middle of the street. Everyone kind of looked around. We weren't sure if it came from law enforcement, if it came from the protesters who were here. But after about 10 seconds, everything kind of went back to normal. In the almost 4 hours that we've been here, that was really the biggest kind of moment of oh, what's going on? But besides that, it's been a standard protest. A lot of the people
All
who
right, guys,
talked
I'm
to
just
said
gonna
they wanted
switch
to show
around
a
here
message
and
of peace. They didn't want.
Hopefully this works. Okay. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna see if I can find one here to place MI Media.
This is not, they're not
Like I
the
said,
Marines,
looks
they're
like
not the National Guard.
gone
They
in
are
someplace.
there to protect the federal agents. So there's a real difference. Do you think that the protesters and demonstrators understand that? Well, that's certainly been a frustration since last Friday, right? It's been very difficult. You see a uniform and you see a badge. Sometimes it can be difficult to tell the difference. And these overseas threats, but as we've been told, the National Guard, there's the federal and the Marines, and they are here to protect the buildings, to protect the homes. CHP and LAPD are really here to make sure that things go smoothly and that secrets don't get blocked off and that everyone can stay open. So you have kind of this morning right here that the CHP to the protesters. I don't want to overspeak for everyone who is here. Certainly, though, there is just overall frustration with law enforcement. It does seem like others go to CHP protesters go to CHP and say, hey, we really need you guys here. The CHP is really
Sorry, we started to lag. Let's go over here and look around.
The struggle that has been kind of happening here, though, is because some of the crowds are getting so switched. Again, we're just on one corner. This is also LA Street. It is very bad.
Jurassic World Rebirth.
Brittany, thank you so much for that live report in downtown LA. We're going to monitor the protest that's happening there this morning. We now want to check in with Embassy 4's Tracey Leon. So she's in Long Beach, where there's also a protest happening there. What can you tell us, Tracy, about the crowd, and is it pretty peaceful there as well?
Yeah, Camilla and Lynette, we are here on Ocean Boulevard near Cherry Avenue, where protesters have been marching up and down the street. I spoke to protesters who told me they've been out here since 8 this morning, and they're proud to say that...
Okay, I switched it up a little bit there. Keep them up in top left, so... Oh, there. Okay, there we go. Lower left now, that's Detroit. So Detroit's having a big protest. Action with the school just west of there. I'm trying to figure out, see if I can figure out what street they're on. And the above top one is there just showing that there's another protest in Long Beach. That's actually Eric LeVay in the middle there. Looks like he's getting something to eat. On the right-hand side, still MD Media 18. Keeping those guys up because they're really good. I mean, they'll turn a corner like MD's about to do right now. And sometimes they come across and it's like, holy shit. And it's really good work that they do. So I like to leave them up because they always get something. But yeah, these are the protests. They continue. Detroit, they're marching. I wish I'd raised the camera up a little bit, but they're all marching. And then down in Long Beach, was that lady grabbing at the Mexican flag? Oh wow, no, she wasn't, but it actually did look like that for a minute, like she was grabbing the flag. And that's Eric there. Let me get his, actually, I want to make sure that I plug him here because, he's nice enough to let me stream. So his YouTube channel is Eric, E-R-I-C, Levay, L-E-V-A-I. You can also find him on Substack. The guy rocks. He's an incredible journalist, and he's cracked some big stories. He's written for Rolling Stones. I want to say the Times. I could be wrong, but I think there was another one in there. I remember that. But he's really trying to get his channel going. He was cool enough to allow me to restream it, so that's why I want to keep it up there and just kind of plug away with him too. Just because I really like his journalism. I think he's really on to things, and I don't know how he gets the sources he gets sometimes. But if you get a chance, go over there and sub. And like I said, the one on the right is M-I Media, or not M-I, M-D Media 18. And he's another one. I think not too long ago there was another protest where they basically got trapped in a tunnel almost. He had like 1.5 million views off that one video that he did, which was amazing. I don't know how I did it, but he got him. But yeah, as you keep seeing, protests just keep going off all over the place, and people are tired of it. I mean, I've got a lot of Republican friends just that feel I work in. You'd be surprised how many Republicans there are. But, even for them, they're looking at the situation. They're like, this isn't what we wanted, because they bought into the whole thing that Biden was, allowing in prisoners from other countries to run free, violent, bloodthirsty, all that kind of stuff. All the mega lies pretty much. And they bought into it, and even when like people like me would tell them, hey, that's not what's gonna happen. And exactly what it is happening is what we told them they would do, is they would go after the regular people. What's wrong with someone coming here and trying to better their lives? I mean, I thought that was part of the founding principles, of this country was, hey, we're welcoming or whatever. What happened to the great melting pot? And I think I'm going to switch that one out. Yeah, I'm going to switch that one out. And I'll turn it down a little bit. Looks like they got... Wow. Well, they definitely got the cops out there to keep people off the highway this time. They missed that last time, I think. But, where'd MD Media go? Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's buffering a little bit. Wow, that's amazing. I'm looking down that the lower left still Detroit. That's huge. That's a lot of people out. Trump probably doesn't give a shit. I mean, truly, he's just... That guy's so far in his own world. I mean, we're just ants in his world. That's it. We don't exist. But for the rest of the Republicans that are looking at, especially in 2026 here, coming up for elections, they're in trouble. I mean, this is massive. This is really massive. I mean, we're talking, BLM level. When all that happened with George Floyd and those protests were going on across the country. I think the difference is with this one is that most Americans can probably say that they know someone.
I saw the 30-second pink salt trick in a viral video.
Either directly or indirectly.
Weeks later, they stopped to call me delusional when they saw my 26-inch waist at work. Today, I'm here to teach you how to make the new Japanese pink salt recipe for fast weight loss. I started using this 4-ingredient homemade recipe last month, and I lost a lot, like a lot. It mimics the effects of those famous Lilly weight loss pills, except this one's 100% natural. But I had to stop because I was literally disappearing inside my clothes. My doctor even told me to eat more burgers and skip the gym just so I wouldn't have to donate my entire wardrobe. As a single mom of 2, I barely have time to breathe, so I decided to try this Japanese pink salt trick to drop a few sizes fast, but I did not expect these results. Just to give you an idea, I dropped 3 pant sizes in a single month. My mom cried when she saw me walk in wearing a tight size M dress. And honestly, I thought I was stuck in double extra large forever.
This one should be
but this
interesting
pink salt trick, the same one that works just like those insanely expensive Lilly pills,
gonna have to ask
gave me back a body I love. This recipe has already gone viral with over 12 million views on social media. And the best part, no workouts, no diets, no injections. How? Just mix pink salt with 3 simple ingredients you can find at Walmart. Together, they trigger a reaction that's 96 times more powerful.
I think this is something quite different.
I hope it rains on them. Air you can wear.
Up here. Oh, I hope she isn't leaving.
Yeah, the clouds are a little dark. Not too bad. This thing is still not on, right? Yellow. It's yellow and it's wobbly.
All right. What you're looking at lower left now, that's the National Mall, and I gotta assume they're not there to protest. They're probably there to watch the parade and praise old Donald Trump.
I want to get to
the feed that you're
the other
watching
side,
on there.
but that's what I don't know if we can.
Anarchy
Once we get over there, if we can get out. There's a fence.
She's done a lot of stuff out of
through the middle.
DC. I got onto her a few years back. She was going up against
what is it?
Extremely right-wing radical. I mean, really, really crazy ass.
South. East,
right. Well, like if you think of a right-wing radical, tenfold in. That's the kind of shit she was going up against. I mean, straight up death threat type
I think
stuff.
we can go across this way.
And she stood up to him, and she stood up against what was her name? Ashley Babbitt's mother. I can't think of her name, but
may I squeeze
the girl that her mother claimed was assassinated.
I think we can get out over here.
She got killed because she was trying to break into the freaking House of Representatives. I mean, when you're an insurrectionist trying to take down the Capitol,
okay, we've got twisty
you could get
lines.
shot. But
We've
anyways,
got the street
Anarchy's been
somewhere.
around. She's faced off some pretty tough
Chris Quaglin,
adversaries. She isn't afraid to
Jenkins, and the guy with the long hair. He's a J6er. I can't think
but
of
it looks
which
like
one
she's
that
out
is,
on
though.
the National Mall right now. And like I said, this isn't a this isn't a protest.
I heard the commish was at the White House.
The whole mega bunch that came to DC to watch.
There's a protest.
The parade
too,
and probably see their
I guess it's a little
their cult
spicier
on
over
Trump.
there. Well, the protest walked from a different from
there
a
we go.
neighborhood in
NB
DC
Media
and then
scooping up.
went
He's out
to
front of
the White House.
I think that's it's the federal building.
And I'm not sure if they're going anywhere after that.
That are up there right
the
now.
commish is up there somewhere. Oh, we can't get out this way.
I mean, the thing is,
out here in the street.
That's the thing about there was some violence. Probably the first and second night that things were going on in LA, but that was a very different crowd that came out. Like I was watching.
We're gonna walk through the middle of the interview.
Some of these guys were out there doing it. And you could see
well, I just don't want to be on the camera.
There was a change in the type of people that were out there.
79.
The ones that did the looting stuff. I mean, that's an opportunist criminal that's doing that.
Hello, everyone.
And of course,
Just
Mega and
continue
Trump,
to
they
complain
blame
about
it
how
on
hot it
the
is.
the protest, but I mean, look at what's going on across the country now. I'm fairly positive,
you can wear.
you know, without looking at any statistics or anything, that the crime rate's probably pretty low, and there probably really hasn't been any type of real confrontation. Of course, the police are out in force, because as you notice in MD Media as well in the upper left-hand corner.
Bikes and scooters
and that
still
channel
going.
there, I'll get to them in a second. That's SoCal Shorts up there in the upper left. He's another awesome streamer. You gotta go subscribe. Make sure you stop there, subscribe, get a membership if you can. I think his is only like $3.99 or something.
Yeah, this is all closed.
But
this is a
yeah,
restricted
definitely sign
area.
up. Help these guys out. They're on the street. They're the ones that are out there, you know, pounding the pavement. So again, I like to push them. Same thing with Anarchy Princess.
I mean, we can't go any further without being in a line. They have
she's
it all
a firecracker.
barricaded.
That's one way to put
Well,
it.
we'll just
So
go,
I like her. I don't know if she'll be up for your taste, but she's given us a different view. I want to stick with her because, you know, I wasn't expecting this, you know, and I kind of look at it from, this is a MAGA viewpoint or a Republican viewpoint, maybe even a Chinese student's viewpoint.
This is a
But
sculpture garden,
one thing I'm
which-
noticing is she's
wow,
walking around
what
is just
time
a
is it?
massive
Oh, it's not 5 o'clock. That's why.
The massive
Can't believe
amount
it's
of
open.
barricades
So this has a bathroom here, and it
that
also
are
has
everywhere
a
on here.
cafe, like a little restaurant, and they serve alcohol too.
Wow. Oh, what's going on in LA?
We saw Tommy Tatum. Like the first person we saw was Tommy Tatum.
Are they
That's
cheering
where-
or jeering?
I can show you that actually. Here, let's sit on this bench. Walk this bench for a second.
See, the video for me is even smaller on my end, so I'm sorry if it's small for you on your end as well, because we got 4 of them going up there, but it's even smaller for me, so it's kind of hard to try to see what was going on. I guess they're just cheering, and now AP's checking out a bench. So, oh, I hope we don't lose it. Let's get back here.
Where is my photos? Okay, never mind.
And I guess AP's on break now, so I'll take a look around, see if there's anyone else out there
Anyway, we saw
that's
Tommy.
streaming. I'd
Well,
really like to...
there was like a ruckus going on. People were yelling.
she's off
There was
again.
someone
He was berating a protest.
Yeah, he was yelling
Where's
at
she
a
done?
liberal. And anyway, it just looked like insanity. And I was like, what is going on? And I was like, oh my God, that's Tommy. Oh, I was going to adjust this. It's like...
looks like she's messing around her phone. I just took a quick listen. You might have heard that little bit of noise there. That, I heard she was adjusting something. So I want to stick with her for a little bit because she is in DC. And like I said, this girl gets into things. So let's keep her there. And if you do get a chance, go over to her channel, subscribe to her. You know, she's not a heavy duty streamer, but she's out there quite a bit.
That's where they
She gets the
are.
interesting stuff. And if you look
That's the
there,
security
that must be the parade
tent
route.
right there.
Holy shit. And you know what sucks? You know, they're talking about that $45 million. You see that street out there that's perfectly fine is going to be absolutely destroyed by these tanks.
Oh yeah, I
That's
heard
where
Tommy
a lot
said
of that
something
money's going
about,
to, is to fix the road that they're going to
in the
destroy because Trump wants to have a military parade on his 79th birthday.
Stream. Like,
Fuck.
like.
45 million minimum.
Yes.
You know, they keep hearing that number, 40, 45 million. They're not telling you that's the minimum number. So, I wonder if this is a normal amount of people. I've never been to DC
No, we can't.
in
That's
June.
closed down there. That's a restricted
It's
area.
quite too warm for me.
They didn't come from there.
You know, so what the
Well, no,
heck
you
is
either get
Eric
along
doing?
or you walk down the next road.
Okay, so we're gonna stick with AP a little bit longer, see where she goes.
A little scenic.
And while that's happening, I'm
Yeah.
gonna take a peek, see
Sculpture
what
garden.
else. Oh, we got Dan Watts.
This is a skating rink in the winter.
Last time we were here, we were almost freezing to death.
Yes. That was January 6th, right?
Yeah.
Or the inauguration.
I think
Is
this
this
is
stream gonna work? I got a really good streamer.
Now I want to go swimming.
Okay. Don't know if I can use this yet.
I'm gonna take you through my favorite little secret hideaway. Oh no, where's all the tables? They're all gone. Anyways, I need to use a bathroom.
What that is up there in the upper left-hand corner, but it looks
it's open
pretty
till
damn
5 o'clock. Maybe not on Sundays, but.
See, and that's what's cool. You know, I'm kind of looking at this and thinking, you know, this is what America's about. You know, we can come together as people from all forms of walks of lives.
Are those lilacs?
Protest, you know, share a common thing that we want to go against, and be able to do it in a way that turns it into a festive event.
And hide away.
I mean, I know there's bad actors out there that are gonna, you know, cause trouble. You know,
Ooh,
it's kind of the way it is nowadays. Can't get away from that.
Oh, I bet it's these.
But you know, the vast majority, I think, are just out there to honestly, you know, do the right thing, to get the right message out, and to let people know, you know, what's going on and stuff. So,
there's bugs in there.
I'm trying to give AP a chance here. I really want to keep her on the stream because I know she can really find some things.
I made my own bug spray from a plant, citronelle plant. All right. We're moving over here.
Might have to let her go here.
Let's go.
But that's interesting. No, we're staying here because look at all this.
The monk is going to try to sell us his bracelets for $60. This street is closed, so let's not walk on the sidewalk. Yeah.
Cops out everywhere too.
No way.
Oh, maybe not everywhere.
We took a scooter earlier to get down to where we were. We were at the White House.
Maybe.
Well, near the White House. That's where we saw Tommy.
I wonder if that's part of the parade route there.
Where have I been? I've been getting stalked and in court. A lot of the fake monks are out here.
Yeah,
too.
I'm gonna
They're
move
scammers.
on.
Don't buy their freaking bracelets.
Always out here.
Yeah, but we've seen 3 and not even a whole block.
Completely interesting, but I'll keep her stream open anyways on this end.
The wind feels nice.
If I do see anything kind of change, I'll let you know. But for right now, I want to come back over here and put this guy's up.
Shame on you.
Oh, let me double check here. Yeah, there's a lot of freezing and refreezing different video streams today. I think it's just so many people. So if you look up on the wall there, like on the left, like the lower left one, you'll be seeing it. Shoot, it jumped. Well, the point is, everyone's got a phone, everyone's got mail up, and everyone's using the internet. So I'm not shocked that there's some issues going on, but. Let me take a look at what else is out there and see what we got going across the country. Quick search through here. God, I wish I could use that. There's a real nasty one of Trump. Real nice one. It's the big balloon, you know, the guy's big fat balloon. It's like New York City, but they're getting quite a bit of rain too. Looks. LA's popping. I mean, I guess that's to be expected. A lot of Long Beach. what I find interesting.
Come on, boys!
Lower left. Just wanted to show you something here because I thought this was really cool. This is Pittsburgh, Kansas, in the lower left-hand corner, and yeah, there's not like a whole lot of people out there, but let me take a look at Pittsburgh, Kansas, and see what it's all about. Yeah, pretty much the middle of nowhere for one. Nearly 100 miles to the nearest city, and I'm trying to see if it has a population, just to kind of get an idea. It's not giving it. 20,000 people, and there's that many out. That's all right, especially in a red state. You know, a place where you wouldn't expect that, but that's kind of cool. I mean, that's what I'm saying, is that these protests are happening all over, and basically saying what they need to be said to Trump. Fuck you. You know, and if you were listening to any of the protests this morning, you heard a lot of that. So, here's another one we're going to take a look at. So that's Kansas, middle of kind of nowhere. 20,000 people, and you got people out on the corner out there protesting. That's a really cool thing to see. So let's go to another one here. We'll move on from here. Kansas, we're going to go over to... Or not Kansas, that was Pittsburgh, Kansas.
Things will be getting spicy here.
City.
Things will be getting very spicy. Jalapeno hot sauce level of spice coming this way.
I'm not sure where he's going right now.
Oh, here's the sign I seen earlier.
You know, go for it, just get
fucked. She's gay. Yes. There's a lot of gay people out here today.
There's more people there. There was more the other way.
Hey, it's the ice cream truck.
But it looks like he decided to go for a walk, so...
Whoa! She's flipping me off.
Oh, she's saying
what
F
the
you
heck?
Or F Trump or... Yeah, now here's this Kansas City, another example.
All right.
Again, I wish you would have stayed the other way. Cause
there's a lot of them with the Mexican flag out today, guys. They're celebrating their heritage.
We'll stick with them for a little bit. Just kind of want to give you a little bit of a run around the country.
Lumbridge Bank.
To what's going on, where it's all at.
Lumby.
How many different places are actually having events today.
By the way, I don't know if my phone may overheat in these conditions. There's that little stupid kid on that freaking thing again. You guys dare me to go push him off?
Wow.
I got a rock in my pocket. I'll throw it at his head.
That one. I mean, it's
a crack
all over
rock.
LA County, Southern.
Get him addicted at an early age.
It's lit with protest.
I'll do it. I'm the best. I do what I need to do. Speaking of that, I got to finish my water, my beverage. Look, we're almost out of liquid.
See, this other streamer used to think he was like the big king shit all over the world, but looks like he's...
I was paid handsomely to be here. That is true. $6,900. That's what it takes to get me out here, folks. And I got paid. Who paid me? George Soros.
You know, I'm finding
he's a wealthy man.
Not too many I can really share. That's the thing.
Here, let me zoom out just a little
some
bit.
Of them I know I can. They're already cool with it. But there are some that just can't. I don't know.
I think these are the average people out here are probably, in my estimation, they're probably the average Kansas City Chiefs fan. So if you guys were wondering, this is what the Chiefs fans, that's who they are.
I'm going to check another channel.
Oh, cellulitis. All right, there's some women's up here who wear short shorts, either really obese people or hot women's. There's no in between. I don't litter. I follow it. I follow the law. Look. Yes. Yes. She's dancing. Yes. Look at her. She's moving.
Someone's having an interesting time.
She's a gypsy. She has talent. Yes. Very good. You're talented. Thank you.
That's someone singing in the top left.
I don't know what the hell she was doing on the ground. I was about ready to soccer kick her right in the frickin' noggin. All right, they're all congregating up here, folks. There seems to be over 690 people congregating towards the front. I'm always in the back. Rear access.
Okay, I got another one here for you.
Let me zoom in on her head. It's a creature. It's a creature. Hold on. Zoom out. It's very hard to zoom out. My hands are clammy. My hands feel like a seafood restaurant. Super clammy. Well, look at that hair. Very good. I like it.
Stay here now. Kansas City.
They're dancing.
Kind of want to keep an eye on things there.
They're having a celebration. Thank you, I am the best. Where's Greta Thunberg? Where is Greta Thunberg? I'm gonna kidnap Greta Thunberg. She will become my wife. That guy turned around as soon as I said that. He's on to me. Hello.
Hi.
It's a women's. I'm gonna stand with her. Together we will stand.
Yeah, I'm just kind of browsing around, checking out different videos, and what else is out there.
Let's zoom in on him. Let's see who we have. There's Anonymous. He's back at it. Whoa, what the?
Still pretty amazing. I mean, I'm seeing videos from all over. It's getting just no matter what I can put up and how much I can put up on here.
Look at that thing. Look at that thing.
Again, it's LA up in the top left, Kansas City lower left. Middle one's that's NYC. Right hand is LA.
All right, I have an idea.
Looks like Kansas City.
I do have an idea. I'll let you know. It's top secret.
I have another one I want to show you. Just getting from Kansas City.
There's bubbles. Look at that. There's bubbles. It disappeared. It popped. Popped just like a pimple. All right, I do have an idea. I will explain to you guys once the coast is clear. All right, I think we're clear. Hold on. Perimeter check, perimeter check. That is a Fed. We do have an undercover Fed right there. Guaranteed. Undercover Fed. Confirmed. I do have peanut butter, by the way. All right. I may or may not have a sign in my car. I could write Donald Trump's my king or something on it.
Alright, we're going to leave Kansas
I could do
City
something. I could get them all saucy up in here. It'll turn messy.
Maybe. Yeah, we're going to travel on up to Oregon, and again, I guess we're going to be watching a pup for a few minutes here. I'm going to turn the background down here, that one. The sound you keep hearing is in the upper left corner. I knew there was going to be a lot of speeches in LA today, so I wanted to make sure that I had that up there because that person was going to be following them. Now what you're watching in the lower left corner, that's actually Portland, Oregon now. You know, again, another large protest going on. People of all walks of life coming out. They're not liking what's going on. You know, Trump went too far. Republicans have in general gone too far. And where this fits into, you know, the things that I've talked about of what's, you know, dealing with the oligarchy stuff, is that it's all part of it. You know, I don't want to say this is a distraction because it isn't. This is a very important, vital issue. But at the same time, it is, in a way, a distraction to other things going on. And that's part of the playbook. I mean, you look at Project 2025, this is part of it. You know, it's basically destabilizing the country, destabilizing the people, and at which point you create a new order of things. And within that order is this, basically the assumption and taking over of large parts of wealth in this country. And, you know, for us, we're going to be left hanging with it, barely hanging on. You know, things like 1984, you know, the Aurelian factor is pretty real, you know, in some senses. But, you know, I think people are waking up, obviously, from the types of protests that's going on and the things that are happening. You know, the recent polls that have come out, you know, about Trump, everything's underwater now. You know, the guy got in there, so 24 hours stop war. Well, Ukraine's still going on. Not only is Ukraine, you know, still slugging it out with Russia, you've got, you know, Israel and Iran openly just bombarding the hell out of each other. And from the looks of it, it looks like there's new ones coming. Yeah, wow. Looks like there's another round of scrap between those guys with missiles going in and out. But, anyways, guys, I'm going to leave this up. I'm going to leave it rolling. I'm going to step away for a little bit. But, like I said, I just kind of wanted to get things up there and just kind of feel it out with everything going on today. Really wanted to kind of get that information up and, you know, see how things go. So, obviously, I think I've been talking to myself for over an hour now. I can do that very easily. Hopefully someone finds what I was saying interesting. And, yeah. So, I'm going to go ahead and step away for a little bit. And I'll be back later. I definitely want to be reporting on things tonight. Thank you.
We ask that you take this song and put it in your heart. When you're ever having a hard time, if you're feeling the struggle, if you feel alone, just try to remember this song in your mind. I don't sing it the best that it can be sung, but I'll do my best for you all today. Same song. Don't drum. Yahweh, oh, one more time, one more time. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you. We're going to hear from some of our youth that are with us. We hear from our elders. We need to hear from our youth speakers that wanted to express. Did you want to say something? You have the opportunity. I was told that somebody did. No? You're good? Okay. Thank you for coming, y'all. Is everybody hydrated? Is everybody good? If not, we got a few waters here left. We'll give you. If you need some water, we got some for you. I think. There's other cities that hit up other destinations. We're going to figure out where we're going. I heard Pasadena. We might head there. Downey, maybe. I don't know. That's later, huh?
Thank you, everybody. It ain't over. It's still going on over there. Take care of yourselves. Be vigilant and stay the course. Stay the course. Don't let them change the narrative. We are the people. We are the voices that can speak for them. We are the people. We will not be divided. We come in peace. We come with love. And we come with humanity in our hearts, because this is just not about ICE. It's about our human condition. We are now seeing an actual war that's happening with Israel and Iraq. That over there is a superpower that we are not exempt from here, because that's nuclear war. We have to take this seriously, because we are connected. We are connected from here to Gaza. Free all people and power to the people.
Box water is better.
Take care, my loves.
Children. Would you guys like to see something? Talk about the group that you're in.
Can I show you water? Can I show you water?
Yeah, of course.
Box water is better. I've never seen that.
Yeah, but kind of mountain.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great. It's a good day for it.
Yeah, right. It is hot out here.
As you're walking away, I know some of you are each other. Take care of each other. Find someone. There are infiltrators in there trying to disrupt. Be safe.
Oh, what are you doing, huh? Doing a little dance over here. I don't know if I can get close enough. You can barely hear the music, but I dancing anyway. Marines are out on some of the corners. I'm not sure if it's Marines or National Guard, but they're out on some of the street corners. They got bubbles blowing towards the cops. Captain America there too.
Remain peaceful. This is America. This is our land.
Thank God we got Captain America out here.
After you did the do, you gotta find out what to do with your daughter. What to do with your son. What if she punch your kid? That's what the fuck you have to do. Who's street? Our street. 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 Our street. Our street. Our street. Our street. Our street. Our city. Our city. Our people. Our people. Our street. Our street. Our street.
Yeah, I know. I was having trouble starting the stream. I think there's just network congestion here, man. There's too many people here. There's nothing I can really do about it, man. If it gets really bad, I'll restart it. I don't want to go through the whole process unless it's absolutely necessary. I think as we move around to different places, it should get better. Oops. There we go. It's a trigger to center the camera. If you hit it twice, it centers the camera. If you hit it 3 times, it flips around. Alright, looks like we got a crowd here in front of this building. We got some military-minded soldiers up there.
la migra. la migra. Chinga la migra. Chinga la migra. Chinga la migra.
Chinga la migra. Chinga la migra. Chinga la migra. Chinga la migra.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of people here.
Leave us alone! 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 Our streets! Our streets! Our streets!
I forgot what building this is, dude. Is this the back of a Hall of Records? Does anybody know what building this is? I think it's the Hall of Records or Hall of Justice. A lot more American flags out here today than before. See if we can get a look at the soldiers. Hey, you know what building this is, bro? Is this the Hall of Records, the Hall of Justice?
It's either one of those two. One of those two, because I know it's next to City Hall. It's either one of those two.
Thank you. I think that one's Hall of Justice. They look so young. These are the Marines. A lot of baby faces out there. to go widescreen right now. I can't do it at night. In the daytime, it's still good. We can get more people in the shots. You can see the size of the crowd. There's a lot of people here in front of this building. Hey, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up, please. Hit that thumbs up and share the stream. We got almost 6,000 people watching. Come on, man. Let's get up to like 3,000 thumbs up. Tampa guy, thank you for the super chat. Jesse Grey Wolf, thank you for the super chat, and Carrie Thompson. Thank you for the super chat.
Why is there a gun thing up here? Philadelphia. I know, from Philly. Solomon Fleet. I don't understand what this is. We missed our opportunity to cross. Oh, and again now. So, this used to be Black Lives Matter Plaza, and they bulldozed it. Paid paradise and put in a parking lot, a place of grace. No, the parade hasn't started yet. All the dweebs are waiting in line. Oh, another raindrop. Raindrops are falling on my head. This is where I smoke weed with my unhoused friends. Because there's chargers in the ground. We can charge our phones if we need to. See, charge boxes.
Move around a little bit.
Huh? Thought it was poop. The parade starts at 6:30. And then they end up somewhere at 8 o'clock for the celebration. I don't know which end of the mall it's on. Their little parade is only like 8 blocks, so. Yeah, it is kind of strange that it's at night. What is the reason for that? Anyone know? Ooh, I'm sweaty. Does that look insane? When we went to Florida, well, first of all, every time I go to Florida, I'm always amazed at people that like are not sweating.
And wearing sweatpants.
And wearing
sweatshirts.
sweatpants and sweatshirts and black clothing. And, yeah, in Florida. Regular sirens.
I think we're gonna cross this bridge.
Upside Down Bible Church. Text to talk.
Yes.
The other way. First response. The view is better over there. Okay. I know, right? Sweat. I'll lose 5 pounds today. Not everyone is sweating like this. I'm just not like built for this heat. Like it's just not. Very cold. Well, not really. I'm very cold, but I complain about it. It's the heat like kills me. Do you know all the words?
Jurassic World Reboot.
Can't do a full sentence. It's hot and sticky around DC. Oh, you were out? Whoa.
Let's have. Let's go. Sounds like my. Sounds like Joe Dreams.
think they're just peeling out. Last time they started a car on fire or something. All it takes is one, and then the whole mob, it's okay. It's okay. Right. But all it takes is one. The whole thing's going to turn into a mob. But, I've watched it 9 nights in a row. 9 nights in a row, right? We'll see what happens. Kept it from turning into a mob. No flag emojis at Wendy. Northeast, yeah.